tune.
It is a tune. But that's not the right one.
It just doesn't work. Nothing else works as well.
Here we go.
Let's talk football! It gets you excited.
I'm excited.
Today is even better because last time we tried this with Sam and it just wasn't working.
Sam, you suck.
I need more
No, I
tea in
wasn't
my
here.
life.
I wasn't here. I can't judge.
Man, it's only a 3-hour drive. Can't you just get yourself
I got
over
no
it?
money.
Oh man. Well, you're joining us again for what is going to be a week 2 preview this time. So
Yeah.
we've done our week 1 preview, which kind of, well, it seemed to
It was
go
a good
down
laugh.
well. People were loving it. And
People
that's-
listened, even if it was the first minute.
Exactly, and that's why we're having to work even harder now to keep these things going.
Yeah.
Try and get more people involved to take the workload off of us. So we'll just have a real quick brief overview of game weeks for this week.
Yeah,
So
let's
week
do it.
2, you've got Girly Boys, which is me, up against Derek Where's My Car, which is Nat. That's all these fixtures this week are divisional rivals. aren't
Yeah, it's another big
they?
one.
Which is cool. So we've had back-to-back divisional games. So we got Heads up against Luke Taylor, who
That's my division, isn't it?
as he's admitted, Luke is just not playing a blind bit of notice to what's going on.
Yes, he doesn't listen to these.
Luke, you're a butty man.
He's a butterman screw. Yeah, we can
Um,
say comfortably he's not listening to this.
Yeah. So we can easily rule Luke out of next season.
Income Pete Marshall.
Oh, get Pete the Meat back. JJ, what?
But yeah, that looks like a good matchup. I mean, they
That will
both
be cool.
are losers.
Actually,
Literal
yeah.
losers.
While we're talking about Headley and Luke both being losers, let's go through that because this is your divisional.
It is.
Let's
So,
go for it then. Who they got?
Well, yeah, they got Russell Wilson and Matt Ryan. So, yeah, it's even. I mean, Ryan's predicted more, but as we know from last week, predictions aren't
Yeah,
always
that's
the
true.
one to go
Although
off.
saying that, Falcons up against Vikings last week didn't really perform very well, but I think Matt Ryan's still got like 17 points. So
Yeah, that's
not
true.
bad. And
Yeah,
then
that's
again, Wilson's projected what he got last week. I think it was about 15. So, yeah.
Yeah, I suppose.
Don't know about. Although Steelers, they got ripped apart by the Patriots, didn't they?
Yeah.
So, who knows? That might actually be a good matchup at
Yeah.
quarterback, quite close.
And the running backs, I think, are going to be a good one.
Yeah.
Barkley. Big
Although-
old Saquon.
Barkley does just scare me, to be honest.
Yeah, he's
I
a
don't think
robot.
anyone wants to be
And,
facing up to
oh,
him.
see, I told you, me and Ben were talking about this before we recorded, but we thought you'd start Thompson on the bench heads.
Yeah, no,
I want him.
This is what's amazing.
I need him.
So Headley. I mean, it's a good waiver because
It is.
basically it's only annoyed people because
We want
other
him.
people wanted Thompson. But you know, you're looking at Headley's team there. He's got Barkley, obviously at running back. He's got David Johnson, and then he's thinking, I'll
You
just
know what I
waiver in
need?
Thompson, and you know what I'm going to do with him? I'll have him on the bench all
Whack him
season.
on the
I won't
bench.
play him. I'll just take him off the table for everyone else.
But
So, yeah,
to be
thanks for
fair,
that.
and John Ross as well, another good waiver
John
in.
Ross, he was in my top 3 picks actually. Tate.
Oh, from the last pod.
Yeah, that was my. Yeah, you clearly haven't listened to it.
no,
If
I've
you're
listened to
not
the
in-
first
not
couple
interested.
minutes.
So yeah,
No, but that is some strong wavering heads,
Yeah.
and we are mentioning you quite early on as
There
well.
you go.
Again, so
yeah.
no more complaining.
I'd give Luke more of a mention, but his heart's not in it. So
Yeah,
know.
let's move on.
yeah, forget that. So basically, for you, you're not actually that bothered who wins this
No.
one. But who would you like to see win?
I would, well, to be honest, seeing as heads cares, I would say I want heads to win it.
I thought you were going to say Luke.
Yes.
Seeing as Headley cares so much.
No, it would be funny.
I'll rip that
actually.
away from him. Give it to Luke. Yeah.
Yeah, but either way, as long as I beat Rich.
Here we
Which
go.
I'm
Which
hoping.
actually, that brings us on to the next matchup, which is you v Rich. So the other divisional rival in your group. Winner of this will go top of your group,
Yep.
which is going to be good. And again, you've got a bit of a shootout at quarterback: Lamar Jackson and Carson Wentz.
Yeah, I hope Jackson can carry on his form,
Yeah.
but he's not against the Dolphins.
Well, this is it. Although they
So-
are against the Cardinals.
By the
so-
way, Liam, the Dolphins are crap.
Yeah. Well, hold that thought because we might even be able to get Liam on the phone in a bit, so we can actually say that to him.
Ooh,
Well,
yeah.
not to his face, but we can say it to him live, which will be great, and get some sort of response from that cracker. So
He does love marijuana.
So yeah, their projections are the same, 18 points
Yeah.
apiece.
Yeah, I think that'll be close. I'd say he has the edge with Kamara.
Yeah, another
But-
beast of a running back,
yeah.
isn't he? But then, yeah, Connor, although he's projected low, it's a shame actually because last season he was a really good pick, wasn't he? Obviously,
yeah.
Bell like holding out and all the
Exactly.
rest of it. But if he can get some of the numbers he was getting last season, as well as the receptions that he'll get for this season with points
Yeah,
wise.
add that in. Could be close.
Yeah, but
Kamara has an off game every so often, so
it's true. And then looking at your next matchup with Beckham and Diggs, that if Diggs doesn't perform, or I think Vikings they favour running plays, don't they?
Exactly.
Really? So
now Cook's back.
yeah, and Thielen obviously is probably he's a number one target when it comes to a wide receiver, but. Oh.
That's very important.
Is this, okay. False alarm. I thought that might have been Liam.
Too early, Liam.
He just can't help himself.
I want to talk about weed.
But so if Diggs doesn't actually hit the ground running, Beckham.
Yeah, that
Well, obviously, even with the Browns playing badly, I think.
he still gets targets, doesn't
Yeah.
he? So
And Engram, that was such a good.
he's a beast.
Good draft pick, and as well against the Cowboys, which.
Yeah,
I find that surprising because I've always thought of the Cowboys being better than that defensively.
yeah. Although Buffalo's good, and that's who he's up against this week. So
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know. There's a lot. Brown could be a flop.
Yeah, and then
Could be
obviously Ertz as well. He can.
Yeah, he's
He can
solid.
score big. So.
And Eckler.
And Eckler had a monster week. I
Yeah.
know me and Sam mentioned this in our review, but yeah, that's such a good pick, and
It was.
especially how late he got him in the draft.
Mm.
So good. So yeah, it's going to
Yeah,
be
it
an
should be
interesting
exciting.
one.
That.
Oh, talk us through your defence because Myles Garrett had a great game last
Yeah.
week, didn't he?
It was quiet until the fourth quarter,
So-
I think it was, and then
Was it?
he just ramped up the points.
What did you actually score with just your three defensive players? Because I mean, they were close to
I
sort of 10
got-
points apiece, weren't they?
Yeah, I think it was 10. Hold on, I'm just getting it out. Yeah, 10 for Garrett. Jones got me 6, I think, or 7, and then
Okay.
Smith got 10 as well. So yeah, 26 points.
That's awesome, isn't it? So it does show, like...
That was when I smashed Luke.
Luke who? Luke...
Yeah, what's his name?
He's turning into a new Luke Marsh, isn't he?
Oh,
He's going to be the ghost of Luke Taylor. Careful you don't annoy him on the grid.
yeah. Might have to say something.
I'm going to skip ahead a little bit to my division. Yeah, I think we got... oh no, that is our next matchup actually on my list. So, Golden Tate Warriors against Red Onion.
Big Hamo.
Yeah, Hamo Jamo. Obviously, I'd like to see Jamie win this one. But what do
Yeah,
you
that
make
would
of that
be good.
matchup there?
Again, I mean, if I'm honest, Jamie's team surprised me from the draft.
Oh,
it
surprised
wasn't.
everyone. He was
But-
sat next to Liam, so maybe
Yeah,
it was
maybe
like
he was-
passive
had some
fumes
passive. He didn't know what he was saying.
affecting him in some way.
No, but again, it's hard. It's still early to tell. I think
Yeah.
you never know.
Week one, you never really know what
Yeah,
what's actually going to happen over the course of the season.
but yeah, I
it's-
guess
it's
for you,
fun to guess.
you want Jamie with the win. I guess.
Yeah, I'd love it if Jamie won, and then I'd obviously love to beat Nat this week, which I'm hoping Nat is still getting busy.
Getting
with
some.
marriage. Still focusing on marriage and leave Sammy Watkins on his bench. That would be great.
Yeah, especially with Hill out,
Yeah,
he's going to be a monster.
he is. It's funny as well, Jamie wavering in Brady, because he's got Rivers, obviously, and I know that's a solid backup. I'd be surprised if Jamie leaves Brady on his bench, actually, because they are up against the Dolphins.
Yeah.
And what was, I think I read
that's
somewhere
a
that
monster.
the Dolphins, because I was thinking, Edelman might not struggle, but obviously Antonio Brown coming in, thinking Edelman might not score as high. But then I looked, and the Dolphins conceded
Oh yeah, for sure.
50 fantasy points to wide receivers. So I
It's
just
a
thought,
monster week for any
you know what?
Patriots receivers out there.
Yeah, so even fringe players for the Patriots, you might as well pick up because they're probably due a
Yeah.
good game. But yeah,
No, it's
Josh
tight games,
Jacobs
I
did
think.
better than I thought he would as well.
Yeah, that was a solid pickup.
Yeah.
I think a lot better than this Jordan Howard choice.
Yeah, so this week Jamie has got. I think he sorted his lineup lineup out a little bit.
No, yeah, and Kelsey, I think, will have a better performance than he did.
Against Raiders as well.
Yeah.
You'd expect him to absolutely destroy
So it's going to be
Raiders.
It's going to be
Chris
a close match.
looks like, I guess he'll probably change his team, but sticking with Jordan Reed at the moment, who I don't think did it. Is he injured?
I don't know I don't know who that is.
Jordan Reed. So shame about Foles as well. He's got Foles on his bench. I was just looking through his sort of like depth chart basically, but
yeah, let's hope none of his starters get injured.
which is interesting though, because who's it? Gardner Minshew for the Jags.
Yeah.
He actually played really well.
Yeah, was it like 10 of 11? No, I think it was more than that. It was like
Was it?
13 of 14 passes or
So
something.
yeah, there you go, Liam. If you're collecting quarterbacks, that's another one.
Yeah, we know you love him.
Minshew. So yeah, that will be another interesting matchup actually, because again, on paper, Chris is set to destroy this league, but stranger things have happened. We've got Andy and Chris next,
Yeah.
which Andy
Baker.
struggled obviously, but he's gone Mayfield at quarterback.
Which I don't think we should worry about yet.
No, interestingly, I've just looked. He's dropped Gurley to his bench.
Has he?
What do you think of that?
Why the hell did he do that? Who's he put in instead then? Derek Henry,
Braden.
Understandable. Huh?
Braden
Oh.
for 49ers. I mean, they're against the Bengals, which actually, I think they conceded quite a few points.
Wow, that is
to running
interesting
back.
though, because
That is an interesting move.
we was listening earlier, and 70% was it of touches?
Yeah,
that he
It was
Gurley gets?
over 70%, because I
Over
think it was Brown. What's his first name?
Malcolm Brown.
Malcolm Brown. He had 26%, I think, of carries. So yeah, I mean, Gurley's still
And he had a
taking
good
the
first
lion's
week,
share of
didn't
that.
he?
Gurley, I think he scored 10 points, was it? I think,
11, yeah.
I
not
mean,
great.
it's quiet by his standards,
Yeah.
but yeah, I don't know if it's worthy of dropping.
Yeah,
Unless he's
big
listened
move.
to our first podcast we did, about having two players from the same team in your lineup.
Yeah.
I mean, Liam fluked it. We'll come back to that later, but we'll get him on the phone in a bit. He can just explain himself to the whole group. But yeah, that's an interesting choice. Nice one, Andy.
Yeah.
Like it, ballsy that.
It is. Big ballsy.
So they got some cool
George
matchups
Kittle.
there.
It's a solid tight end. Henry, I think, is a great shout. He's
Yeah,
insane his first game, didn't he?
yeah,
So,
yeah. I guess that's it. He's got to make room for someone, hasn't he?
Mm.
And if Gurley's got a lower floor this season, I do kind of understand that. So fair enough. So this week, Chris is going to be relying on Devontae Adams to have a bigger week.
Yeah, I'm sure he will.
Yeah, the Vikings made the Falcons look very average, didn't they? But it depends. Depends if Rodgers can fire on all four cylinders, I guess.
Yeah, I think Adams will have a bounce back week, and then he's got Dalvin Cook, who's just an absolute monster.
Yeah.
That was a great choice.
Yeah.
His wide receivers, to be fair, they're playing well. They're not like big names, are they? But
I think Cooper Kupp will still get targets, won't he?
PPR
Which is
will be-
points.
yeah.
So targets equals points. And then Godwin, he's actually probably due a bit of a bump if Mike Evans is still a poorly little boy. He's just so sick at the moment.
5 seconds for Mike Evans.
Yeah. That's enough.
Okay, brilliant. Yeah, 3 will do. But yeah, some exciting matchups.
Yeah,
there,
that's
isn't
cool, man. That's cool. And then we got the Kung Fu Panda
there? Oh no,
against the Cleveland Steamer Beans.
Mr. Marijuana.
Mr. Marijuana himself.
So
Advocate. Yeah, Deshaun Watson is always due a good week, isn't he?
Yeah, good keep. That was his keeper,
Yeah,
wasn't
that
it?
was good. I mean, he drafted so poorly last year. That was his only option really
Yeah.
to keep him.
Who else did he have?
Shame actually, looking at Sam's team with Joe Mixon, I think he had a really quiet week, week one.
Yeah.
And he can probably do better than that. But
And he's whacked in, Liam's put in Amendola, who he picked up off the waiver, I think.
The old waiver wire. Yeah, interesting that, because I mean,
Areola.
all the research I did on waivers and players to prioritise didn't even come across Amendola. But
Complete waste of a pick, really. No, we never know.
Yeah.
But he has taken out Jeffrey. So he's rolling with the one.
Oh, here we go. So he's taken out Eagles' probably first choice wide receiver and kept in their second choice at
D-Jack.
Deshaun Jackson.
Which is a good shout. What do you think? I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah,
It was a monster first week, I think.
Monster first week. Again.
I don't think Liam knows.
Nah, Liam
But neither do we, so...
You know, some people have the phrase attack the day. Liam's is get through the day and just hope for the best. Interesting. Liam's dropped one of his quarterback. He's cut a quarterback. So he's only down to 2 now.
10 he had.
Just the 2 will do.
It seems like sense is coming to him now.
Yeah, it's interesting. All peer pressure, one of the 2. I feel if we get on his back enough, we could get him to do anything. And then, looking at Sam's team, he... Big Ben Roethlisberger will look to turn things around a bit.
Sam's team.
Sam. I'm sorry, but I tell you what, actually...
Haven't you got a cheeky little stat for us?
I have. I've got so many great little stats. So I'm going to go with
Ben, the
a
stat
little breakdown here. So after week 1, and, you know, the results from week 1, we've got updated projections. And I'm sorry to say, Sam, but you're projected... an 0-11 season from this point. It doesn't get much better for Andy because he's 1-10. So that's another.
This is going purely off week 1, is it?
This is purely going off of week 1. The most worrying thing about this, and this is the thing that is going to shock everyone to their core, is Liam is projected a 10-1 season from this point. Which,
so yes, the guy with 10 quarterbacks.
Yeah, it's crazy, but I mean, at some point I might have to get off his back about having a bad team.
Yeah,
we'll see after this week because this will change weekly, so that will change. But coaching wise as well, got some great stats here. So Chris Stone, who had a great draft, we can confidently say he's actually a good coach. So he's still listening to Beth, obviously, with that. But week 1...
She's a good coach. She's a good coach.
Yeah, week 1, he couldn't have done any better than he did. He left 0 points on his bench, if that makes sense. So he had his best lineup out. Same goes for Liam. We'll glaze over that, though, because I think Liam gets enough coverage as it is, and I'd prefer to keep his coverage negative. And Jamie...
Even though he lost.
Even though he lost...
his team just isn't that great.
He put his strongest team out there. So, fair play to Jamie. Me and you were tied in at 4th. We were only 3 points off the pace. So we basically had 3 points extra we could have played with off our bench. But again, I think we've nailed that. Next is a big drop-off then at 6. So we got Chris standing. He left 14 points on his bench that could have been in his starting lineup. Luke Taylor, 21 points, so not great. Andy, 22 points.
Not that he cares.
No, not that Luke cares.
Well, considering he probably hasn't checked it.
Yeah,
he's
but
not last.
That actually could have been enough to edge it, couldn't?
No.
Okay.
No.
So we'll let you off there, Luke. You couldn't have done anything. Andy, mid-table again, left 22 points. I think the biggest one is Nat. Not that he's going to mind, but he had 56 points.
That's gutting, isn't it?
That he could have actually added to his week's
And who
table.
was he against?
He was against...
Because that would have been the difference, wouldn't it?
Actually, who was he against?
He was
against whoever Jamie's playing. Oh, he was against Chris. Yeah, that would have been enough for the win. So there we go. Chris, you got lucky. Even though you played a perfect game week. If Nat had been perfect, then yeah. But yeah, I just thought it was interesting little stats, little breakdown there. Very nice. I think we've done all matchups.
Yeah, that was a good little coverage.
I think we kind of covered mine. There's nothing too interesting to talk about there.
Yeah.
Me and Nat. He's got Prescott, who did well actually last week, didn't he?
Hopkins as well is just absolutely
Hopkins
insane.
is scary, yeah. And he's put
hang on.
Jimmy Graham and Watkins in his
Put
lineup.
Watkins
Lad,
in.
yes, Nat.
He's alive.
He's hydrated and ready to go. So that's actually a scary looking lineup now. He's got Hopkins. Ingram did really well for him as well.
Yeah, no, that's a solid team, mate. I would be scared.
I'm really scared today. I don't want to play him anymore. Although, look at my waiver of the week, Crowder coming in. And people might laugh at that, but if you look at his stats, he was targeted 17 times and caught 14 of them.
So that's 14 points
even if he didn't do anything,
just got to catch the ball.
He's still got double digits. So I've taken out the Chubb and got in Crowder. this week.
Solid.
So that's cool, man. I think we might try and go to Liam, shall we? And
Give him a buzz.
we could try and talk a little bit about his lineup, basically, and some of the thoughts about that. So while we're looking at that, I'm going to talk to you all about waivers. So while Tay sorts out that phone call, waivers this week was interesting. Obviously, we did say about Hollywood Brown going early, me and Sam last podcast, which, again, I think Sam actually picked him up, didn't he? So maybe Sam having the first pick, he knew what was going on. But it was interesting because the people who actually did get wavered in, Marquise Brown, John Brown got drafted in by Andy, so another good shout. Crowder, I managed to pick him up. I'm amazed he went that late, actually. I don't know if anyone picked up Gallup.
Just 2 seconds.
But I'm going to just cut off there because we've got Liam on the phone right now.
Booyah!
Hey Liam, how's things going? All right?
Hi guys, yeah, good thanks.
Yeah, you sound off your face. Are you okay?
I'm very well, thank you.
Well, that's
Well,
good.
Liam, at the end of the day... Oh, I didn't get that very well.
Honestly, we're just patching our little sound bites here, and it's not seamless at the moment.
There we go.
So we've got that for every time you say something crazy. What are you looking forward to most about your matchup this week? Do you even know who you're playing?
Shut up.
Well, go on.
Yeah?
I'm
Who?
playing Sam,
Yeah, the stinky standing.
and I think I'm probably going to lose.
Oh,
Ooh, humility.
you projected less, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
What makes you say that, though? Why would you lose against Sam? Because he had an awful week last week.
Yeah, but I think Roethlisberger's going to come good this week.
Big Ben, yeah.
But then you got
Yeah.
Watson, though.
That's true.
Yeah.
You've got
but
enough
I
to
think
neutralise that.
I think Sam's got the stronger team.
No, you're off your face. Okay, so you think he's got... Okay, why would you say Mixon is better than Williams?
Williams is projected more.
Yeah.
No, I'm looking at his wide receivers. I think Jones.
Okay.
And I think also Brown. with
Hollywood
Ravens,
Brown.
had a big week,
Yeah.
especially in Arizona.
Yeah. Well, okay, yeah, so you don't talk utter rubbish all the time.
Have some sense to you.
We can agree on something.
What do you think of Deshaun this week, Liam? What? Jackson. Jackson. Oh, you got 2 Deshaun's.
Amazing.
Again.
Yeah, so you've
but I
dropped
think-
Alshon Jeffrey for him to make room for
Well-
Amendola.
Yeah, but I actually go back to Ben's point the other day that I think Deshaun has fireworks one week and then duds the next week. But I think
So you've
he
kept,
has.
so you've kept him
Kept
in
him in for his dad.
Where's that soundbite?
Well, that does make sense.
Yeah, talk us through that then, Liam.
I'm hoping he has 2 weeks of fireworks, and I think he will at Atlanta because I don't think they can cover him as well as other defenses will this season.
Yeah, that might...
Fair.
To be fair, yeah, that is a good point because if Jeffrey's attracting a bit more coverage as well, that might free up Deshaun Jackson, and he's probably a deeper threat, isn't he, than Jeffrey, so he's might be more likely to pick up yardage points. So yeah, not a bad shout. Are you happy with your overall team? Are you happy with the way you drafted this year?
I think so. I had a lot of help on draft night from Rich. Big shout out to Rich.
Big up, Rich.
Rich is good. Big up yourself.
Big up. Or he is going to lose this
Yeah.
week.
He helped me a lot with some basic questions that I had. So,
Like who's quarterback?
And like, where am I?
Just the basics.
Yeah.
Where's the bar? Where am I? Just
No,
things
in
like
all
that.
seriousness, he helped me to not draft defensive players too early. And
Oh,
I
that's
was
Yeah,
really
good.
glad.
Yeah.
that normally goes without saying, but I'm glad he did say that to you.
We love you, Liam.
We
We love
do.
you.
Honestly,
He's relentless.
Our league wouldn't be the same without you, Liam. I absolutely love the fact you're part of it.
I had a question.
Oh, here we go.
Go on.
Normally we're the ones asking questions here, but yeah, go for it.
Make an exception.
I had a question. Juicy matchup for this week I'm looking forward to.
Juicy matchup, go on.
Taylor versus Rich.
I'm looking forward to this one as
I'm
well.
glad you said so.
And, I wanted to get your thoughts on the matchup.
Our thoughts. Well, listen to this podcast and you'll get them.
No, we can give him a little.
No, I'm really looking forward to this one. I think it will be really close because,
I think it'll be high scoring and close.
yeah.
It depends. It depends how Antonio Brown does, really, because that's the only kind of question mark. He could flop or he could be insane. So
I think Brown will do very well. I'm not 100%
and they're
sure.
against the Dolphins,
yeah,
remember?
like,
So
this is. I mean, I've got to talk to you about the Dolphins in a bit, but
That's why I said that it's going to be high scoring.
yeah.
massively high scoring. And again, Rich has got some big, big points potentially on his board. Kamara, Eckler, what was it? 39 points last week. Insane.
Ridiculous. Yeah.
Ertz as well. Ertz is at Atlanta, so yeah, he's got some players who could perform big. The only person, obviously, who didn't have a great week for him was Diggs, had a quiet week, and they're against the Packers, who defensively are actually very good. So I don't know if he'll change that, because Rich has got Gallup on his bench, who are against
good first
Redskins. Had a good first week, so maybe he's not actually finalised his lineup just yet. But I think at the moment, is Rich edging it or are you? Rich,
He's edging it on
yeah.
predicted points, yeah.
But again, projections aren't everything, are they? I'm
No,
sure.
I just saw Lamar Jackson's predicted to get 18 points, but he scored like 35 last week, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, same with Deshaun Jackson. I think he was projected 12 points, was he? And fluked a big old week, didn't he? So
Although
yeah.
he also has picked up Tyrell Williams, hasn't he?
Has
Was that
he?
a waiver?
I
Or did he
don't
have
know.
him already?
I think so.
Because he got 22 points his first game, so that's another potentially big scorer for Rich. If he puts him in, that is.
Yeah, that's
So-
true. I was trying to find the waivers on my little bit, but
I think that, yeah. He's on the
Oh,
bench
yeah.
anyway.
Sorry to interrupt, Ed.
no, go on.
I'll let you
Another
off.
juicy lineup, just because of the Brady situation, is Jamie versus Greg.
Yeah, that was
I'll
what.
just
What
quick
did you
note,
make of that?
He's benched Brady, but I've got a feeling he might start him.
Yeah, I reckon he will.
Makes sense.
I don't think he's actually. Again, I don't think he's finalised his lineup, and actually, I've got a funny feeling he's on his way to the States now. Actually, so he's probably flying. But yeah,
On
he'll.
high, in the Mile High Club.
I guess, I guess tomorrow he might look at it. But yeah, I don't see why he would have wavered in Brady to leave him on his bench. Because again, I don't want to rip the Dolphins all season, but
They are rubbish.
Brady could have a massive week this week.
He could.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So fair's fair, eh?
And yeah, the
Last question
Dolphins'
today.
Yeah,
average
go on.
points to quarterback is 40 points.
Oh,
Just
did you get
saying
that,
that,
Liam?
so-
So average
I-
points
I did.
conceded, 40 points. Amazing. Yeah, sorry, go on, Liam. What was your final question?
Last question. Do you regret your
No.
laughing at me for choosing two receivers from the same team?
Thought this would come out.
No, not really. I just like ripping into you and laughing at you.
It was very well played, actually. Lou.
Yeah, no, it was. I'm not.
Thanks, Taylor. I appreciate your humility. And your,
I don't know how much.
I was gonna say it's a stroke of genius, but I don't think it was.
that seems
I think
more
that had something
appropriate.
to do with it.
I really appreciate your support. I really do.
Do you? Well, yeah. And for that, I might even draw you a different floating head.
No, I love that one. Keep that.
Do you like riding dolphins, Liam?
Oh dear.
Answer the question. You're
You're on air. Well, thanks, Liam.
Yeah, thanks, Liam. That was a quality little chat. It was good to catch up with you. I'm sure we'll catch up.
It's been a privilege, guys.
Yeah, see you later, mate. We'll just cut you off there. So that was Liam.
Oh, he got me. He got me.
I'm sure he had something nice to say, but I just didn't want to hear it.
Well, that was Liam.
I got a feeling that was a pretty good roundup, isn't it? It's a good
Yeah.
preview of this week's waivers. I've got even more work to do this week. So the first podcast was 20 minutes. The next one was 28.
Oh my goodness.
This one is 30 minutes. So if you're still with us, guys,
Well played.
big respect. If you've zoned out and tuned out, don't blame me at all. But yeah, I think we'll just get played out if you can,
Sweet.
Tay. If you've got...
I'll,
Again, we're working on
I'll see what I can
seamless
do. I can
timing,
see what I
and
can
with
do.
no notes it's really difficult. But
Let's go back
I'm
to
sure
this.
we'll get something. Oh, again, that's not actually.
No, is that not right? Oh,
Here we go. Woo!
great.
Thanks, guys. Big respect.